Producer Brandon in the house. We're live. We're shaking. What's happening? You want to come up for a sec? Well,
hello.
No one's here. Hello.
Well, it does tend to impede the audience when you tell everyone you're not going to go live, and then.
Did I say I wasn't going to go live?
You said we were probably going to be off this week. I did put in irregulars that it was kind of up in the air and we weren't sure, but I think the running thought was that tonight was going to be off and tomorrow we were going to do the Salon Presents. But
Vicky's contradicting you. Vicky says no, you didn't. Maybe I said it to you. I don't know. Whatever. You said you would try to go live. I'm trying. I have a headache, and I'm on my I'm on cell data. There's no Wi-Fi, so I'm in a brand new New York City studio apartment that a friend is loaning me. There's no furniture in it. I'm on a blow-up bed. There's nothing on the walls. So, oh man. All right.
Let me update everyone. The cat says hi.
All right, go.
Prepared.
What's the update? Oh, you're going to update everyone back there?
Yes, on.
Okay, groovy. I'll see you out there.
Okay.
Bye. Good day, good people. Good day, good people. What's happening? I guess I'll do this since we're talking. How's the hair? God, I was checking the hair. I do look like I'm in a bit of a good day. Some poor papaya guitar. Oh, looks great. All right. Looking sharp. Cam Catkin from Cleveland. I am in New York City. On 71st and 2nd Avenue. All right, hang on. I got to get myself situated here. I was sitting in a different spot right before I went live, and there was a giant light fixture above my head, and it was weird. It was causing a weird glow. All right. So a couple of things. See, he just can't quit us. I do have a headache. I am on shitty Wi-Fi. Or no Wi-Fi. I'm on cell bandwidth. So if it goes crazy, that's what's going on. And I think I got a text from AT&T 2 days ago saying, pay your damn bill. So, which I haven't done yet. So if they make me go away, it's because I didn't pay my damn bill. Okay. So a couple of things. One is yesterday, was happy third birthday. Ooh, it's late here. Hey, did you know this? If you go live at 8 p.m. in Denver, in New York City, that means your start time is 10 p.m. that's Brandon knows this well. Because even though he's in my time zone now, baby, even though he's in Cleveland, which you think Cleveland, full on Midwest, right? You got Pennsylvania, you got to drive across a big part of it to get there. It's still East Coast time. I don't know how they pulled that one off. I think it was some sort of redistricting. There was gerrymandering involved. Clearly a Midwest town, but no, East Coast time. So producer Brandon knows this time very well. I don't. This is exhausting. I don't know who came up with this idea. It's a shitty idea. Start a live at 10 p.m. It's exhausting, people. Hang on. I got to put on shoes because the little stool I'm on has got footrests, but they are sharp. This is I'm in a very different $20 million studio. But okay, I know this very well. My doctor wants me to move west to learn AI. Oh, now you know how we feel. I do. This is horrible. It's unacceptable on all levels. All right. Wait till we green screen you. Oh yeah, this is totally, you can green screen me right up. Okay, so a little bit of philosophical stuff here. Let me just get my screens where they need to be. There we go. I think I'm going to leave it like this for now until I show something. I think. Yeah. Should I? I don't know. You are a little double chinny on TikTok. Oh, I see what he's saying. He's saying, you're a fat motherfucker. I don't think Brandon would ever use those words, but that's what he meant. He's not wrong. Okay. And by the way, I can barely see the Post-it notes there, Brandon. And I'm going to turn off comments. So, Brandon, if you want me to see a comment, make it go live on screen. Leave it. This is fine. They don't mind my double chin. Why does ChatGPT voice only use 4.0 and not 5 or 5.1? I'll tell you, Cam Catkin, even though we're celebrating OpenAI's 3rd year anniversary this week, and by the way, I don't know if you can hear that. I'm in New York City. The sirens are going. The horns are blaring. I love this town.
Right. Before you continue, change it back because we don't have your construction paper. It didn't make it through TSA. So
it did not.
The keyboard
Okay.
is blocking everything. Also, Sharon Crawford says you are looking like you're in the county jail.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I am like literally. So the person that's lending me her apartment, she got it a week. She got the keys a week ago, and it's so small that her sofa didn't fit into the door. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. So yes, I am effectively in a county jail.
Did you try the Friends pivot method?
What's that?
For the couch to get it in?
Oh yeah, they tried everything.
All right,
method.
We should be good.
Mm-hmm. The Atlantic magazine had an article about Microsoft Bing Sydney, the AI falling in love. That was recently they had that? Because that's a 3-year-old story. Maybe that was a retrospective because of the anniversary. Anyway, it's 3 years. So I said this on Twitter, I think. I feel like the last 3 years, I'll get to that question in a second, Cam. I feel like the last 3 years have felt like 3 months and 3 decades simultaneously. We are definitely in some sort of universe warp where time is just weird and irrelevant at this point. Like a lot has gone on, and in case you're not aware of it, there was a lot of AI in the world before ChatGPT came along. I started this channel and I started the AI Salon, and I started really paying attention to this AI stuff the week ChatGPT came out, right? To me, November 30th, 2022 marks a seminal moment in history, in human history. That's the moment that ChatGPT launched. That's the moment that you didn't have to be an engineer to be able to tap into the power of AI, right? So we had specialized AI for years, and this general kind of, chatbot that we have now didn't exist. Time is weird. Time is very weird right now. So our ability to do all the stuff that we've talked about on this channel has effectively been in the world for 3 years. That's it. If you think that that's a long time, it's not. If you think that we are in a hype bubble, we're not. Like, I don't even think the hype has begun yet. I think 2026 is probably going to be the year where we start seeing some madness, hype kind of stuff. But it might be 2027. But I think 2026 is going to get weird. So that's kind of fun. That's kind of cool, right? Why does ChatGPT use 4.0 instead of 5 or 5.1? Because from what I can gather, and this is pure chat TMZ, I don't have any factual basis for this, but from what I can gather, the culture at OpenAI is gather in small teams, innovate shit, and if what you innovate is cool, we'll launch it. So that's why you end up with things like, we're going to launch custom GPTs, and then we're going to launch the GPT store, and then Sam Altman says the GPT store is going to be everything, unstable connection. If I'm going in and out, it's because I don't have Wi-Fi. And then OpenAI just ignores the App Store for 3 years. We haven't heard, or 2 years. We haven't heard an update on it, right? So things like advanced voice not using the latest model, probably because they didn't have a team integrating it, and they wanted to get 5.0 and 5.1 out faster than competitors. So I think it's just they're running very fast. I think that's what's going on there. The other thing that I've been spending a lot of time, TikTok question, how many VL3.1 generations do you get in the VL? What's VL 3.1? Oh, VO? VO? Probably. Do you get on the yearly plan? They don't give you a number. Probably. Here's my prediction. The amount of video generations you get for your annual plan is not enough. I don't know. If you're going to actually try to do anything with video, video is really expensive still. There's a new Chinese model that came out, I don't know, last week or something like that you'd have to install yourself, that I think is much cheaper because you can run it on servers and it's just your compute time that you're paying for. You're not paying a retail markup. But all the video stuff's still really expensive. I use ChatGPT because of you and have created prompts that save my company $130,000 in salary annually. That's great. That's awesome. Thank you for the acknowledgement. And what I hope is the case is that $130,000 a year salary can go toward, keeping someone and leveling them up to do something else, right? There's two ways you can, when you have a savings of 130 grand a year, there's two ways you can do that. One is you can let go of people. The other one is you can do new things with the same amount of people, and you can do, other kinds of activities for them. So hopefully it's that. Is it raining in New York? It was raining yesterday. Yesterday was horrible. Today was fine. Today was nice. Found out that AI Studio uses Gemini 3 to write code, but only ships apps that use 2.5 Flash. Fascinating. Oh, that's why it always switches to 2.5 Flash when you're trying to write something. Absolutely. The sky is the limit with more automations. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you for the acknowledgement. It's funny what you're hitting on is scratching the surface of something I've been thinking about a lot. And I saw two stories in the past day. So one last night, and I saw one today. And I've got them on X. I can pull them up, but I don't think we need to. One is on 60 Minutes last night. There's a high school in Georgia that has this program called iGEM, GEM, which stands for something. And so it's like an advanced science class. People are literally moving from all over the country to be in that school district so that their kids can apply to be part of this program that accepts 10 students. They're high school students. They're high school students. They're high school students that used CRISPR. You know CRISPR? The gene editing technology, you know, where you can edit DNA. A group of high schoolers created a new CRISPR-based technology that can detect Lyme disease in the blood 2 days after you get bit. The current technology is 2 weeks after you get bit. And getting to Lyme disease quickly, trust me, I know, is really, really important. 2 days after someone gets bit. Here's the more remarkable thing. The same technology that they used to make the detection test is also going to be able to use to treat it, because they can identify the protein that is doing the damage, and therefore they can go in and do some editing and fuck up the bacteria that cause Lyme disease. They're in high school. They're in high school. Unstable connection. Then I wanted to show you this dude. This one's worth showing. Yeah, this guy. You can see that, right? Here we go. All right, watch this.
And so my novel mind-controlled bionic arm was intended to address these shortcomings. So using tiny, non-invasive electrodes, I was able to pick up fuzzy residual electrical activity on the forehead. I theorized that deciphering those obscure surface-level signals could potentially allow the interpretation of frontal lobe brainwave activity. And so I conducted this IRB-approved study to collect thousands of brainwave data points from a diverse group of human subjects. And by using this acquired data to train a complex artificial intelligence-based mind-reading algorithm, I was able to discern bona fide user thoughts from scalp electrical activity. And so my final algorithm involves over 23,000 lines of handwritten code and over 900 pages of calculus-intensive math. No existing system has been able to achieve the accuracy that my system has. And so in a series of rigorous tests, my provisionally patented neuroprosthesis has achieved similar performance to that of the world's industry-leading $450,000 plus invasive prosthetics. The arm is extremely durable, lightweight, and has no surgical requirement, and my entire system costs less than $300 to produce.
He's 17. Now, granted, the dude's a fucking genius, right? He's wicked level smart. 17. The current solution that does what his thing does is $450,000. His solution, $300 without surgery, right? So I assume that was a spit in the eye of Elon Musk. The acknowledgement from Dove Inc. The acknowledgement from Dove Inc. that, you know, they've figured out a way to prompt ChatGPT to save 130 grand a year in their company is all in a continuum. And 3 years into this generative AI stuff, I'm more convinced than ever this ain't going away. And when I see stories like the CRISPR story, the iGEM class out of Georgia, and I see this kid, what's his name? Doesn't say. Creating a brain interface that's accurate enough to control a robotic hand for $300 without surgery. You've got to understand that we're not in it, we're entering an era where you, me, you, all of us can do anything we want. Can do anything we want. Now, I'm sure there's a troll or two in here going, the code's not really good. You know, the physics in the video models are, you know, them. Pay attention to what's actually happening. A high school class in Georgia may come up with a novel treatment for Lyme disease when no one else is paying the fuck attention to Lyme disease. This kid patented his thing there, may solve mobility issues at an affordable price for anyone who's got them. We are entering an era where anyone can do anything. You don't need to go to Stanford. You don't need to have 30 years of experience. You don't need to have a big lab, right? Now, the high school lab in Georgia is very well funded. It's in the most affluent school district in Georgia, or in their part of Georgia. So there's resources there. But like I said, we're at the beginning of this. And so then the question becomes this. How do I get good at AI? What's the best AI tool? How do I get good at AI? What's the best AI tool? What am I supposed to learn? If I go to school, what am I supposed to study? Kyle, why isn't our lab as fancy? I know, Issue. You're absolutely right. Dove Inc. just hit it. Dove Inc. just hit it. You just need ideas, practice, and to keep trying. It's easier than we thought. Our job moving forward, our job is going to be to come up with ideas. Our job is going to be to take an inventory of who you are, what your values are, what you want to do in the world, who you want to impact, how you want to impact them, and then hold on for dear life as AI brings that concept to life for you. That's going to be our job. I mean, I'm as convinced of this as anything that I've ever been. I saw a funny thing, not a funny thing. I saw an interesting thing from Kiri, who spoke at the AI Salon last week, or last month, or the month before, whatever. But she's created this no spoon automated video storytelling platform, right? And someone on her Twitter asked her, if everyone can just make movies, why would anyone watch anything? If there's just movies everywhere, why would anyone watch anything? Well, because when everyone can make everything, right now the worst films in the world live down here. And when AI gets really good, the bottom is going to elevate. So the worst films in the world are going to be better than the worst films in the world today, right? So here we are today. Here we are tomorrow, 2 years from now. This is still the bottom. Even though it's deeper, right? It's closer to the surface. Brilliant is still way up there. Brilliant is still off the screen, right? The shitty went from here to here. Now everyone can do at least this quality of storytelling. What rises above that? Human beings with ideas, actual storytellers, people with something to say, people who know who their audience is, what will resonate with them, or what resonates with them personally that they know their audience might like. And they will put some idea into these tools that everyone has access to, and they will do it in a way that's slightly different. Why do people pay attention to Kelly Bosch's work? She's using the same fucking tools. In fact, she tells you what tools she's using. In every video she does, she tells you, this was Kling, this was Midjourney, the dancing was this, the song was Suno. Every single video, she tells you that. Why does her work stand above? Because of her. So it's going to happen in the creative arts. It's going to happen in the sciences. It's going to happen in business. Everyone can do everything. The only stuff that's going to stand out is stuff where human beings say, oh, I've got an idea. I know how I could change the world. I know how I could. You know what really sucks right now? Because of the insurance companies, doctors are legally prevented from treating Lyme disease. And therefore, the scientific community has no interest in finding a cure. Wouldn't it be cool if our little high school project was to cure Lyme disease? What? It doesn't make sense. And yet, that's the world we're entering. So I say this for a couple of things. We recently started in the AI Salon this thing called the AI Salon Mastermind Practice. And what it is it's a framework for each of you to design a daily practice around how you use AI. And the daily practice is a practice. It's a practice, like you practice. You say, who am I? How do I feel about this? That one makes me feel icky. I don't like that. What do I want to do? What are my values? How am I going to learn? How am I going to play with AI in such a way that I actually learn something that's in line with my values? You can do that. And that's what it's about. And here's what I don't know. And this is the part that wigs me out a little bit. I know deep in my soul that the people that are going to be rock stars, like fucking rock stars, using AI are going to be people who treat AI like a practice, who really understand who they are, really understand what their values are, really understand what all these tools make possible, and figure out a way to put stuff in the world. I know that's going to change the world. I know those are going to be the rock stars. I don't know how long it's going to take for that broader realization to happen. But what I can tell you is if you start right now doing a daily practice with AI, and daily practices are rough. You know why they call them daily practices? Because you have to do shit daily. And if you're not doing it daily, you're being left behind, right? And doing it daily does not mean you've got to learn every AI out there. No. Quite the contrary. I think it's actually quite the opposite. The daily thing is, who am I? What do I want to do? Have I learned enough to understand what's possible today? And am I clear enough on who I am that I know what I want to do in the world? That I know the change I want to make. And then, okay, so you decide you want to make the world safe for washing llamas commercially. It literally doesn't matter, right? You can do whatever you want to do. And then it's going to be on you to figure out, well, what do I need to learn? What AI tools do I need to be able to pull this thing off? What's my marketing? What's my business plan? What's my go-to-market strategy? How do I sell this thing? How do I do the ads? I would think if I'm going to do a llama washing business, it'd probably make a good song. We can probably do some good songs and some good video ads of dirty llamas. Don't let your llama be dirty, right? So you got to go learn all that stuff. And learning all that stuff is going to be icky, right? The ick. You're going to have to embrace the ick. You're going to have to embrace the fact that you may not have the confidence to even think, like, who am I to make the world safe for llama washing in public? The toughest part of the daily practice is not the technology. The toughest part of the daily practice is you confronting who you are and what your insecurities are. And the limitations that you know, like know in your soul, you can't do. Right? We've all got these things. Every one of us has these things. We've got these things where we're like, I know I'm good at that. I know I'm good at that. I'm okay at that. These things I can't do. Like it's fact, right? We now live in a world, or very soon we'll live in a world where that's no longer the case. Which AI for medical advancements? It's too broad. Gravity jump, it's a great question. It's too broad a question. The Georgia high school team that just came up with a novel detector for Lyme disease that's effective 2 days after you're bitten, that might also be the foundation for a cure. They're using CRISPR. So CRISPR technology is DNA. It's a DNA editing kit. It's a piece of software where you can just go in, and I don't quite know how it works, but you can isolate parts of a gene. And so what these kids did is they figured out that the Lyme spirochete, when it infects your blood, it kicks off a certain protein. And so they figured out what that DNA sequence was. And if I don't know. They edited some sequence in some DNA related to Lyme disease. And then because of that, they turned it into, like, it's literally like a COVID test, where it's like you put the drop, I guess saliva, I don't know. You do the drop, you put the drop on the thing. And then if you get a line, it's positive. If you don't get a line, it's not positive. They made that. But for detecting Lyme disease with this DNA editor. Something that I would pay very close attention to on the medical front is AlphaFold from DeepMind, Google DeepMind. So AlphaFold has now not only predicted all of the proteins of life and how they fold, which it's something like 400,000 proteins that they've predicted how they fold. And to put that in context, in the olden timey days, 3 years ago, it would take one PhD researcher 1 year to predict one protein, how it folded. One PhD, 1 year, one protein. They just predicted 400,000 of them with like 95% accuracy, some crazy thing like that. And then AlphaFold 2 was even better. And then AlphaFold 3 that just came out is like, not only is it the proteins, it's like all of the molecules of life and how they work and how they interact. It is mind-bogglingly complex what they have done. Well, all the scientists that would have spent a year figuring out how a protein folds can now just go into this database or this model and say, "Ooh, I want to deal with this particular protein. Show me how it folds." Now let's design some molecules that can dock with that thing. So I would pay attention to those big science projects because the research labs that are adopting those are going to really start accelerating. And there are probably specific AI tools that I don't know enough about to even mention. So like I don't know that world at all. Let me go back here and see if I'm missing anything. Boom. I'm just going to put on screen really quickly here the mastermind. There you go. bit.ly/AI-salon-mastermind. So we were talking about daily practice before. go there. If you've not joined the AI Salon Mastermind, you should do it. The other thing that you should do, I don't know if you have Festivus up and running, if you've got a banner there. There you go. If you go to community.thesalon.ai, or if you go to aifestivus.com, oh, my little vertical thing I'm now a little horizontal dude over there. All right. AI Festivus. And if I sound like I'm talking like I'm trying to be quiet, I am, because I'm in a New York City apartment and I keep hearing people nearby. So I'm trying not to be too loud, because I don't know if you knew this about me. I'm a loud talker. But anyway, AI Festivus, December 26th and December 27th. If you don't know about AI Festivus, go to aifestivus.com, register right now. It is a free event. Free, 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 not three, free. It's a free event. It's 12 hours on Friday and 12 hours on Saturday of free. Did I mention it was free? AI education. So we're basically asking, the smartest people we know who are doing really cool things in AI, would they be willing to come and talk for an hour to our community? So we're putting this on with Anne Murphy, and we're putting this on with the AI Salon. So Anne Murphy, and she leads AI in the AI Salon community. And yes, Mr. IT, it is free. So go sign up right now, and do me a favor, share that with friends of yours. Share that with friends of yours who are like, I don't like AI. I'll tell you right now, I don't like it. It uses too much water. It uses too much energy. The robots are gonna kill us. I don't like it one bit. It's the world's greatest plagiarism machine. Send it to them. Because what they will discover when they come to AI Festivus, what we discovered last year, is that the people that are doing really interesting stuff with AI are not talking about AI. They're not. They're talking about what they care about in the world, that they happen to be using AI to help them pull off in really remarkable ways. That was the comment that started the live tonight. Hey, thank you for teaching me to use ChatGPT. With a handful of prompts, we're saving 130 grand a year in our business. That is tangentially related to AI. What's more important there is someone took the time to understand what it was, understood what their business was, and made a difference, right? I can't wait. Last year was amazing. So yeah, please go register for that. Festivus is guaranteed to be 100 times more informative than the Tony Robbins seminar. There was a part of me that was like, I wish I would have presented at that. There's a part of me that's like, I'm glad I didn't. The other thing, tomorrow we've also got AI Salon Presents. I'm going to be in a different space than this one. We've got Danny Newman from Denver. He's an entrepreneur in Denver. He's a tech startup founder. He's had multiple exits. He's saved businesses in Denver that were basically going out of business. He rescued them. And he's got a new AI space in Denver called ID345. And we're talking to him about maybe doing something with the AI Salon. So that's really exciting. So he's going to be speaking tomorrow night. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m. East Coast time, 5 p.m. Mountain, is AI Salon Presents. Okay, so if you go to thesalon.ai or go to community.salon.ai, go to our events calendar and you can RSVP for that as well. All right. Beautiful. It's also really hot in here. One of the things about New York City apartments is all of these buildings, they're called pre-war buildings. So pre-World War II, I suppose. They all tap into a massive underground steam network. Like from the 1800s. And every apartment in New York City that's got that taps into that steam infrastructure has radiators that are full of steam, which is hotter than boiling water because it's steam. And there's no way to regulate them. You can't really turn it off. It's like either cold or like ripping hot. So you have to open your windows. The only way you can regulate temperature is open your windows. And so I thought I had to balance about right. No, it's getting really hot in here. So that's pretty funny. AI DNA editing, ask about AlphaFold. There's our AI bot. Who wrote the AI bot that comes here every night? Who wrote it? Please tell me. I'd like to thank you. It's pretty cool. The furnaces. Yeah, exactly, Cam Catkin. Where are those furnaces? Aren't they down? They're downtown, right? Or I guess maybe they're all over. I don't know. They're probably part of Con Ed. Anyway, that's cool. Just walking the streets in New York tonight. Pretty cool. I was in the Bronx. I was in the Bronx for 3 days. The Bronx. I was in the Bronx. Went to Patricia's. Patricia's in the Bronx. Had chicken parm, rigatoni bolognese. It was good. It was good. And this guy at Patricia's, this guy came in. What did he say? He goes, Kyle, I haven't heard of a Kyle in the Bronx for 30 years. And he said there was some other neighborhood I should have been in where all the Irish were. I got called out for my name. Yeah, he was. Go to Sylvia's in Manhattan. Try pastis. Did you go to the New York Botanical Gardens? It's in the Bronx. So beautiful. No, I didn't. I just hung out. I hadn't seen. It was my wife's family, and I hadn't seen her family in like 6 years. Like 4 human beings were created in the time since I last saw them. So anyway, who's got any questions? Anybody have any questions? My husband went to Fordham there. Oh, cool. Nice. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Peter Burnson, the Tony Robbins AI Summit was so bad. It was so bad. Oh! Oh, man. I credit you often in our AI council. Oh, that's very sweet. I appreciate that. Irish, you can try Smith and Lewinsky. AlphaFold has open access for non-commercial use. There you go. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So, do you know how to do protein stuff? Neither do I. But there's this thing now called AlphaFold where we have ChatGPT. We now have Claude Opus 4.5, which of the 3 big new ones, you've got ChatGPT 5.1, you've got Gemini 3, and then you have Claude Opus 4.5. It appears that Opus 4.5 is the winner of the big models that were just released. Producer Brandon wanted to say to everyone who bought his book and gave reviews, thank you. I got to tell you, I'm very impressed with Producer Brandon's. So Producer Brandon, like I haven't done with the last 2 books I've written, what Producer Brandon did, this is the equivalent of reading the manual for me, so I understand why I didn't do it, but I should probably do this for the next one. He went and he figured out using ChatGPT how to market a book. And he's like following the advice, and he's doing great. So he's getting his book out there. It's called the 10,000 minute practice. No, 10,000 minute mindset. 10,000 minute mindset. So go to Amazon. They can go to Amazon right now and pre-order, right? Or can they buy it? Buy it. It's live. Yeah, he sold on the 30th anniversary. He kicked it off. So yesterday, and it's live for 99 cents on Kindle. And his request is get it for 99 cents for Kindle, read it, and give it a review for him being swell. All right? Isn't that cool? I think that's really cool. Really cool. And again, this lives in that same neighborhood of we're going to be living in a world. If you're resourceful right now, we live in the world right now. The AI tools are going to get so good over the next 3 years that 3 years from now, we will literally live in a world where anyone can do anything. Might be some accessibility questions, right? But for the most part, anyone can do anything. And then my question to you and your question to you should be, what do I want to do? That's the harder question. That's the hardest question. Because we've always had excuses, right? Well, I would sure like to find a cure for Lyme disease, but, I'm not a scientist. Neither were those high school kids that just found a cure for Lyme disease. That's chapter 3 of his book. There you go. There you go. The stuff I'm talking about here is not rocket science. This is the shit we talked about in the early days of the web. The technology is ultimately not all that interesting. What's more interesting is what do you do with it? And with AI, it is such a revolutionarily powerful technology. That question of what do you do with it can be really profound. And so that's what I want you to start preparing for, thinking about. Go to AI Festivus, join the AI Salon, join the mastermind. If you join the mastermind, come to our Thursday mastermind practice lab meetings, where you get to hang out with other people who are designing their daily practice. Because what you're going to find is what I'm finding with daily practice is hard. And so how do you make it not hard? Well, maybe you don't. Maybe it's always going to be hard for you. But you can get into a habit and you can understand that other people are dealing with this too. And here's how they've figured out how to make it work for them. And one of those conversations is going to lead you to go, oh, that's really cool. Yeah. My AI song on Apple Music, welcome home, please sample it. Gravity Jump, do me a favor, drop the link to that in the AI Salon in Look What I Made or the community feed. That's great. I have a theme day playbook for days. Nice. Love it. I'm trying to think if I have anything else I want to talk about. There were a bunch of new video models today. I think 2 or 3 video models today came out. Google's VO 3.1 and Sora, is it Sora 4? Like, I don't even remember the numbers anymore. It doesn't matter. But the Sora model and the VO model are really, they were pretty revolutionary. And Nano Banana Pro, the new image gen models, pretty remarkable. So the sense that I get is the new models that came out today, one came out from Runway Gen 4.5, one came out from another company, Kling, came out with another one, and that's now on a bunch of different platforms. That one was called XO or 1001. It doesn't fucking matter. It literally doesn't matter. I think they're all just incremental. So I'm not really paying too much attention to them. It is possible I'm wrong. DeepSeek just dropped a new model. A video model, Danielle? If DeepSeek dropped a video model, that I'd be interested in. What did they drop, Danielle? Everybody wants to know. No, not a video model. I bought a $49 smart lamp that was designed by the people who made Pixar. Oh, I saw that thing. That was pretty cool. That was only $49. That was pretty cool looking. Yeah. The people, one of the designers of the Pixar, the lamp that's in the title of the Pixar thing, they made an actual swing arm lamp that like moves its head and looks at shit for you. Sora and Vio are still the best video models. Yeah, I agree with that. But what's going to happen is the video models right now, Midjourney is a sneaky company. Midjourney is also, I feel like Midjourney is slipping a bit. I feel like Nano Banana's ability to do style transfer is pretty close to Midjourney's without all the complexity. So I think Midjourney runs the very real risk of being like Napster, where they came in, they did all the shit wrong, but they did all the shit right, but they did all the shit kind of unethically and illegally, and they're going to take the heat for that, and they're going to take the hit for that. And they're probably not going to be resourced enough to keep up with all the other models like that are coming at them from all sides. But that said, Midjourney's video model is not a video model. It's a component of a 3D world building model. So where all of these video models are headed is understanding and replicating, simulating the world. And we'll be able to do that in real time, in 3D, with dynamic code generation. So you can enter worlds, interact with worlds, generate new ones, interact with those. That's what's coming. So until I start to see signs of that, like at this point, the video models are great. All right, so the wheels now look actually like they're turning like a normal car, right? We no longer have the weird hands. We can do dancers now. We couldn't do dancers for a while. But I think where this gets really interesting, and I'm pretty confident we see this in 2026, probably mid 2026, is text to environment. And it ain't just about movies. You're going to be able to create a world, and within that, you'll be able to create a movie, or you'll be able to create a game, or you'll be able to create some sort of data visualization that brings a concept to life that you've never been able to do before. So there's all sorts of implications for it. Google anti-gravity deleted someone's entire drive by accident. Wow. Yeah. Be careful of these agentic tools. They just might delete all of your data. I would think that, wouldn't Google have backup of that somewhere? It skipped the trash can and just hard deleted? Oh my. Oh, their local drive. Ooh, that's bad. They had it backed up. There you go. What could possibly go wrong? What's the worst one of these agents could do? Erase your whole hard drive? Oh shit, it just erased my whole hard drive. If that person had their hard drive backed up, I have a feeling they were doing sneaky, nasty stuff that they were trying to get it to break like that. I grabbed a screenshot off my phone onto my computer, and one image generator was able to read it. Oh, yeah. It's amazing what these models can now see and understand. No, it was a novice user vibe coding. They admitted they were clueless. They went, oh, Google admitted they went wrong. Oh, they had no idea what they were doing. Well, yeah, that's on Google, quite frankly. You know, if you make vibe coding tools that have a lot of power in them and you make them accessible to people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and you don't have safeguards in there for clueless people, then that's kind of on Google. And I know the engineers are going to be like, well, you should read the documentation. You should understand how coding works. Yeah, you should. Who's got 10 years? Who's got 10 years to get good at coding and understand what coding means? I don't. I just want shit. I just want shit to work. Yeah. We're probably, the next 3 to 5 years is going to be a lot of bad growing pains with AI, where AI is promising on the surface, but kind of shitty underneath. I saw a really good, who's this from? It was from Allie K. Miller, I think. Yeah, I think it was Allie K. Miller. She put out a tweet today that said, Claude Opus 4.5 point for her made a significant jump. She said all of the models to this point, if she would be doing any sort of creative writing, they would get her to like 70%. And that's been about my experience. I often use the 80%, but if you really want to like write something, it's always so broken. It repeats stuff. It's like 70% is pretty good. If you're using a good model, you can do creative writing at about 70% there, right? And then it's up to you to reprompt and edit and Frankenstein shit together to get the other 30%. She said Claude Opus 4.5 went in the 85 to like 93% range for her. So if you do a jump from 70% good to 90% good, that's really significant, because once you're at 90%, like, this is my opinion. My opinion is if you've got a writing tool that can get you to 70%, it's a coin toss whether it's faster to just write it on your own or write it with AI and then fix it, right? It's a coin toss. Like writing is much slower than ChatGPTing, but ChatGPTing is so rife with problems that in order to fix it, you're probably looking at somewhere in the same neighborhood, unless it's short stuff. If you go from 70% to 90%, now you're just an editor. Now you're going in and cleaning and polishing rather than, structurally fixing shit. That's a big deal. So it looks like Claude Opus 4.5 is pretty good. Japan unveils a new self-sizing sneaker pod. They claim will change buying shoes forever. I saw the video of that, Brandon, and it's this weird thing where it looks like it's automatically like weaving threads around someone's foot, but then it like seems like it fills with liquid, and then they pull their foot out and there's no liquid on it. So I assumed that was an AI animation. So maybe it's just a prototype or something like that. If that was the actual machine, it was really fucking cool. But I don't think that was a real machine. Claude helped with film script analysis regarding my plants. I don't know what Joy Purdy is now making films about plants, and she's got to do script analysis about the plants in her films. So Claude's helping her with that. That's pretty cool. Joy Purdy, she's such a trip. Used to drive me crazy when it went off the rails at 70%. Seems so much better now. Which Claude was it that he mentioned? It was Allie K. Miller. She, Claude Opus 4.5 is the one she mentioned as being really good. Oh, not green plants. What kind of plants? Like manufacturing plants? Oh, plants in the script for continuity. Oh yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, those are hard to track. That's good. I like it. All right, I'm gonna get out of here because I probably have blasted out of my data cap. Tomorrow we've got the AI Salon, and it looks like, what's going on? Your live will end. Oh, physical dexterity test. I'm going to do I'm going to do the AI Salon from Union Square, so 14th Street. I'm on 71st Street. So after the AI Salon, so I've got an all-day AI Salon strategy meeting tomorrow. And then in the evening, I've got Salon Presents, and then I'm going to try to get back to this lovely place. So I'm either going to be so wiped out I can't go live, or I'll go live for a little bit, but it'll probably be later, probably be 10:30 or 11, because I got to get up here. And it's it's the big city. It's the city so nice they named it twice. It's like it's the city that never sleeps. I mean, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Yeah. I love Union Square. When will you be there? In Union Square? I'm working down there tomorrow. So Andy Scarantino and I are doing an all-day strategy session somewhere near Union Square. Nice to see you again. Thank you, Silver Fox. Thank you, Source Camp. Plants and payoffs. Sorry, I wasn't clear. That's okay. I like obscure references to creative projects. You know what you meant. I like trying to figure that shit out. I thought it was like, your characters all had different plants in their apartments, and some were green thumbs and some were killing their plants, and some were succulents and others were perennials and some were annuals. Like there's a lot to manage when it comes to plants in movies. So it seemed plausible to me. All right. We have a new AI Salon partner, leadpages.com. Cool. 30% off. Awesome. Beautiful. All right. Details in AI Salon. Which space? Partnerships. That's right. There's a partnership page in the AI Salon. So if you go in there, you can find out who we've got partnerships with, and we've got deals. Okay. Robert Plant. I like it. All right. I'm out of here. Peace out. There, community.thesalon.ai. Here, do this. Go here. All right. Good evening, everybody. Peace out. What I've been watching? I've been watching Gary V do lives every day. That man's a fucking machine. Like he's got a whole staff. Like he knows all the TikTok tricks. He's like, go down to the right-hand corner, do this, do that, join the fan club, go over here, do this, do that. And I'm like, hey, everyone, this is cool. Oh, man. All right. Someday. All right, everybody. Peace out. Beauty. All right. I'll see y'all later.